What is up, everyone? My name is Joseph, and welcome back to Casually Competitive, and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. We're trying something a little bit different on our Twitch channel, and we decided to stream a D&D campaign for you all. This will be streamed Friday nights at 7:30 p.m. EST, and if you want the history and the background on the world, there's a link in the description with that information. But I just wanted to make this intro to let you guys know that if you're interested, let us know, and if you're not interested, also let us know. There'll be a playlist link in the description with all of the videos, but if people aren't interested, we will upload them unlisted just so there's a history and a record of every episode. That being said, it's up to you guys whether or not we release these publicly, so let us know what you think. That all being said, let's get into session 0 of our D&D campaign, Dungeon Disasters. For those of you who have not watched our little introduction and prelude, we'll introduce the area a little bit. Just as like a brief introduction, if you want the full intro, exclamation point, prelude in chat, and there's like a little 3-minute video. But outside of the world background, we have our 5 adventurers here. They had just taken on a contract to work on a supply ship to bring supplies from the capital city of this newly founded continent of Missoul, from the capital city of the main area to a newly developed city much farther south. It is a port city, and they just arrived. They unpacked their supplies. They finished their contract. It was a one-way contract, and a lot of these guys, a lot of the people who took up this job were really just looking to get away. They were looking to get a different life, or just yes.
Are we all in the same boat?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
They're just looking to have some new experiences. Cayde was getting a little bit too developed, and the people who came to this new island or this new continent of Missoul came to get away from that. So a lot of the people who worked on these supply ships and took the one-way contracts were people who wanted to start again, if that makes sense. So we find our adventurers here in the local tavern to the city of Bayad, which was their destination, just relaxing after their contract is completed, after they've done all this work. So you guys, this is the introduction to you guys. You guys are independently at this tavern. As a brief background, you guys are aware of each other. You just spent the last few weeks working on a ship together. However, you were with probably 20 or 30 other individuals. So, on the same boat, yes, you all came in on the same boat. You were working on the same supply ship, and as you would know, this is a supply ship that comes and goes every few weeks. This is a regular supply run. This is not anything that's out of the ordinary, and there are actually multiple ships that make the supply run. It's a newly developed city. They're trying to get their foothold in this new land, so they need supplies consistently, and they get them. That's where you guys come in. You guys are in the tavern, and we'll just pick it up from there. What'd you guys like to do?
Did we get paid?
You did get paid. Yes, you did get paid for your contract's completion. You are now completely done. You have no responsibilities left. You unloaded the ship. You got your payment of 25 gold, and now you're just relaxing.
And we're in this packed tavern.
Are
Is
you?
it packed? Or wait, are we leaving off at the pier or at the tavern?
You're currently in the tavern.
Okay.
You were all independently after the hard day's work decided to relax a little bit. It's about, if we're gonna give a time to it, about 5 p.m. early evening. It's still somewhat light outside, but it's starting to get towards the time of the day where you're just looking to kick back and catch some Z's, if you will.
Wow.
So, what'd you guys like to do? You've just arrived. All of you within the last few minutes have just arrived to the tavern, have seated yourselves, and that's what we'll pick up.
How many people are in the tavern?
Are you looking carefully, or are you just glancing?
I'm just yeah, I'm owling it.
Do you want
I'm not trying to be cautious.
Do you want to make the first roll?
I want a head count, yes, please.
Oh. Roll me a perception check. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not necessary. I just want some dice to roll.
Perception. That's a 9.
All right, as long as it's not a nat 1, you're not blind. So as you look around the tavern, you notice that it is fairly busy for the size of the town. But based on the people that you're looking around and recognize, a lot of them came from the same ship that you had just departed from. So you'll recognize a hand. You can't, just briefly glancing around, you don't have an exact number, but you recognize a fair amount of them. And this tavern does seem to be probably around 70% capacity. There are open tables and there are open seats at the bar, but it's not. It's hard to find a spot alone.
Is there someone who I work with at the bar sitting currently, or is it like just local people?
Well, there are people you recognize at the bar itself. And before we go any farther, what is everyone else doing?
Getting a drink.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go right up to the bar.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay.
I have questions for this barkeep.
Okay.
I would like to ask if he has any elvish drinks to remind me of my homeland.
Oh, great.
Well, first off, before we get into anything, what would you like to do when you first get into the tavern? Just to get everyone situated in this location.
So I guess I just wanted to ask one thing before I do anything. Would I be able to recognize the ship's captain?
Your ship's captain?
Yes.
Yes.
Is he in the tavern?
Make a perception check.
I was gonna buy everyone a drink. I was gonna say,
You're such a nice guy.
But there's so many people.
You're
I'd
such a
just be
nice
poor.
guy.
It's not that expensive.
I'd lose all
That's
my money.
also
It's not that expensive, says the man who wants a
a
free
9.
drink.
Yeah.
A 9 total?
Yes.
So you look around and you see a lot of people you recognize from the crew, but it's a little busy in here. There's people going in and out. There's waitresses and waiters going back and forth. You can't immediately see just from a first glance whether or not the captain is in the immediate vicinity. If you want to spend a little bit longer to look, you may, but that's up to you. At first glance, you don't notice anything right off the bat.
Yeah, I'll look for him because I just want to get a little more information about like where we're at. Just obviously he's frequented this place.
Sure.
Or I'm assuming now.
Also, in chat, let us know really quickly to break the campaign a little bit. Let us know how the volumes are. We're having some issues with mics. If people need to speak up or speak closer to the mic, just let us know and I'll make them do that.
Real quick too, we don't need to do like a rundown of our characters for chat or anything.
It's all in the
then
prelude. So, okay, so we'll come back to you as you're spending a few seconds, not a terribly long time, but just a few seconds to look around, see if you can recognize the captain specifically. So we'll go to Eladamri. You mentioned that you were trying to flag down a barkeep.
Yes.
All right, how are you going to do so? It's active, it's busy. Are you trying to specifically act out? How are you going to try to get his attention? No one has immediately come to you when you sat down, but you see employees in the back kind of walking around.
How expensive regularly are drinks? I don't know. Like, I'll just take out like the normal amount of money for a drink, and I'll just
Normal amount of money.
Yeah, whatever a drink costs in this land.
I don't know how much is a normal drink in
a drink's worth of money.
In response to that, can I just reach over the counter and take a drink?
Are you attempting to steal a drink?
I'm not gonna steal. I'm just gonna take it and drink it and then pay for it later.
He's borrowing.
Borrowing.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check and give me an actual amount that you would like to.
This seems like I will take out a gold piece because that seems.
Oh boy!
He's got a high roll. I'll be like, boom.
Okay. So as you put the money down, you notice that one of the barkeeps was bringing a plate of food and drink to another person, kind of looks over and notices. And you've noticed that you've gotten his attention. So he drops the food off right in front of him where he was, and then he comes over to you. Hey, what can I get for you?
I would like to know if you have any elvish ales or other beverages to remind me of my homeland.
Well, unfortunately, this we don't get a lot of exotic drinks, if you will, from the shipments, and recently we've been getting even less than we normally do. Have kind of a stash of some higher price and higher value drinks, but unfortunately, I assume you guys came from that supply ship. You guys have been, it's a busy night. It's always busy, when the supply ships come in, we just haven't gotten our latest shipment of the higher price stuff. We have some basic ale, we have some beer, but unfortunately nothing to that effect. But I mean, I can get you whatever you want. We have food. We have plenty of food, but the drinks we're a little short on currently.
I guess I will take whatever's on the house tonight for ale and food.
Sure. Anything specific for food or?
That sounds like free.
If you have any stew made, that would be nice.
All right. Yeah, I'll be right back and.
Sir, are you trying to rob us?
He'll go to take the coin from in front of you,
Yes.
And he'll take it, and he'll go in the back, and he'll go. You know, you'll see him walk behind the counter. Well, he's already behind the counter. You'll see him go into a door and towards the back, where I assume a normal, intelligent person would assume it's the kitchen area.
It's a lot of money to be thrown around in a place like
He was just
this.
paying for mine too.
So, Jordan, what did you roll in your
7.
a 7?
I rolled a 2.
So as you go to reach over and grab a drink, which does appear to be plainly visible, as you reach around the counter, you knock over a glass that was sitting, an empty glass that was sitting next to the canister you're trying to reach for, and it just crashes on the ground, and you get the attention of many people, and you'll see 2 of the bartenders kind of look over, one on either side, just kind of look over and look at you as you have your hand over the counter.
He just paid for me.
The one closest to you will look over and say, is he with you?
Yeah, we just came on the same boat.
I think I remember his face slightly.
See?
Well, sir, that is fine, but I would ask that you let us get you the drinks. There's a lot of stuff back here. It's a busy night. We have a lot of stuff going on, and I just really appreciate it. And actually, I would strongly encourage you not don't do that.
Sorry about that. I'll just take this and go sit down.
He'll the one who wasn't speaking to you that looked at you will continue with what he was doing, but the guy who mentioned something to you will kind of like turn his head away, but you notice that he's kind of keeping a side glance at you.
Did I see that happen?
Make a perception check.
17.
You did notice when the glass fell, you heard it. Obviously, everyone in the tavern could at that point hear it. It's pretty loud, and people aren't being too rowdy. It's just a little busy. And as you looked over, you saw a man with his hand over the counter being spoken to by the barkeep.
Does he walk by me when he leaves the bar? I'm gonna say you best work on your finesse next time you try something like that, little human.
Check your pockets. I'll just walk away.
My pockets are fine.
Check them.
I check it with my mind because I'm so smart.
It's a little edgy in here. I might need to step outside, cool off.
Alright, so Nate, what are you doing? You heard the glass break.
Are you doing? You saw that whole thing
I'm
transpire?
still just standing there like a fucking weirdo. Actually, I'll go over to Jay's person. I'll go find him.
Okay. I mean, you found him.
I'll be like, it was a close one, pal. Almost didn't get away with that one. Lucky enough, you had your friend over there.
Get away with what?
Ah, this one's smart.
Huh? I'm genuinely confused. What do you mean?
Can a Warforged blush? I'll be like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood. And I'll walk away. I'll go back by the door.
All right.
Steam pops out of his ears.
We will pick up with you. At this point, you've had some time. You did notice the crashing glass. However, you were able to maintain your focus, and you do. You see the captain over sitting on the bar, kind of not off to himself, but not really socializing with anyone. There's a seat open next to him, and he's just kind of sitting there drinking. Not in like a. He's not slouched over the bar at all. He's kind of just sitting, just seems to be eating some food. You're looking at his back, so you can't really see him too well what he's doing, but the motions he's making looks like he's partaking in normal bar time activities.
Okay. Does he look like he's like irritated in any way? Like, so that way I don't go up to him and just annoy the shit out of him.
You can make a perception check, but remember you are looking at his back. You are behind him at this point. He's sitting at the bar.
Okay. I guess not being able to see his face, I'll probably just pull up a seat next to him.
Okay.
Hop up.
Climb up the stool.
Climb up the stool. All 3.5 feet.
Make it athletics. No.
Oh no!
How funny if he just tipped this stool over.
Been drinking too much.
I mean, it's been a while since we've rolled. I'll let you roll for it if you want.
No, I'm good on that. I don't think that requires much focus, but I hope it doesn't. So I guess I'll just pull up a seat next to him.
We do.
And I'll try to speak with him.
Okay. So as you walk up, and it does take a little bit of extra effort to actually get on the chair because of how
Small.
of your stature. But you are able to make it up, and he'll. You can now see that he seems to be eating a plate of food, meat, vegetable, like it's just nothing super special. And he kind of looks over at you and just gives you a little nod. And he goes back to what he's doing.
So I'll greet him. And I'm gonna RP a little bit.
You talk a little bit.
I'm gonna RP a little bit. So here we go.
Ready.
Great.
I'm ready.
Excuse me, Captain. Is there any way that you could point me into the direction of a new job or potentially a new contract, or someone of interest in this town that could point me in the right direction?
What's your intention? Are you planning on staying in this area? Are you planning on heading back to Cayde? What are you looking to do?
I'm practically just like a free agent, I suppose. I like to travel. I could be a homebody too. I'm just looking for a job. I just want to make some more money and something to soak up my time.
Well, you're always welcome to come back on the ship. We are always looking for people to go back and forth between, making these supply runs. A lot of people generally just kind of take it one way, and we have to find a new crew almost every time. So if you're looking to go back, we always have a spot for you. But if you're looking at staying in the area, short term at least, I know the other ship that came in about 5 or 6 days ago hasn't. From what I understand, I was talking to the tavern owner a little while ago. They haven't unloaded their goods. I don't know what's exactly going on with that, but I'm sure someone would give you some money to get stuff off. The shipment we took, kind of general supplies. We were taking them farming equipment, the basic stuff. But the other ship was more of the exotic stuff, the not the necessities, the pleasantries, if you will. So there's probably some people that would pay a pretty high penny for getting that stuff off the ship and to them. So I'm maybe looking to that long term. It's a farming town, man. I don't know. Be a farmhand if you want. It's not a lot going on here.
Okay.
Start a life for yourself. Plenty of lands.
Okay. Is there any way do you happen to see anybody from that other ship within the tavern here, or should I look elsewhere?
He'll look around. I don't know the crew. Like I said, we get these crews swap all the time. I know the captain of that ship. I don't see him. I'd probably check with the tavern owner in here. He seemed to be a little upset about the situation. He might have some more information. I got here the same time you did, and I don't know much more than that.
Okay. Oh, okay. I guess I'll check in with him then. And thank you. I guess.
Anytime, and remember, we always have a spot in those supply ships. So if things don't work out here, we'll be back in a few weeks.
Okay. And after he says that, I'll just hop off the stool and relocate.
What are you doing during all this?
I'm going up to the bar.
Okay. Are you looking for an empty seat, or are you just kind of standing up there?
I'm gonna go to the empty seat.
Towards anyone specifically?
No,
are you
just the first seat I see when I walk in the door.
Okay.
Barkeep.
So you won't get anyone's attention immediately.
I'll just be sitting there like waving my hand.
Okay. So immediately you won't get any attention. You'll notice that people behind the bar, the employees, are fairly busy, which you would assume with how many people are in the tavern currently. But you'll eventually be able to flag someone down. And a waitress will come to you and say, "Yes, what can I get for you?"
Can I have a glass of your coldest milk, please?
She'll, as you start to say that, she'll be like writing down what you want, and when you say milk, she'll just kind of look at you.
Do you guys have any fish?
I'm sorry?
Fish.
Fish. Well, we do have some milk and fish. Was there anything? Is there anything else you wanted?
No.
Okay.
My name's Misty, by the way.
It's nice to meet you. My name's Emily.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Well, if there's nothing else you need, I'll bring your stuff right back for you.
Oh, thanks.
And she'll walk away. As she's walking away, you'll notice, or you'll hear a glass kind of just shatter on the ground, a little ways off to your left. And you'll notice that the waitress kind of like steps back a little bit. And you hear some commotion going on, but unless you're specifically listening for it,
No, I'm not at all.
you just there's some commotion going on, and you notice that your waitress goes off.
I'm there for one thing and one thing only.
Have milk.
For a nice cold glass of milk.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that is how we are all starting. So we're all at the same point now. Is anyone doing anything within the next few seconds? Adam, or Eladamri, you're still waiting for your food.
Yes.
Are you doing anything in the meantime between when your food gets there and?
I'm gonna watch to see where he sits.
I'm gonna go sit in a corner and try to watch everybody,
Okay.
looking for some things.
At the bar specifically, or are you looking
I'm
for a
gonna sit,
table in the
like,
back?
more towards like facing the bar. I want to see the people
Okay.
like go up to the bar.
Are you looking for anything specifically, or are you just trying to keep an eye
I'm
on
looking
everyone?
for someone who would have come from that other ship.
Okay.
Or someone else I may
So,
know.
are you looking for someone you don't recognize, or someone you do recognize? You don't know anyone from
Someone-
the other ship.
I was never described. None of them were ever described to me. No. Then I would look for sailors that weren't on my ship,
So people you don't recognize
Yes.
specifically. Okay. Can you make a perception
and maybe
check?
someone that I do know.
I'm gonna start taking coats at the door.
He's looking
But
for
someone
everybody.
specifically, like my contact.
Okay.
He's gonna put out your arms like a
Yeah.
little crack.
I'm just taking people's
18?
coats at the door.
All right. That's a pretty good roll for a level 3 druid.
I'm
I'm
a
checking them
very
out too.
receptive person.
So as you're looking around, you do see a lot of people that you recognize, which were other employees or other people that were contracted with you, and you would recognize them as contracted employees, sailors, not natural-born sailors, or not like career sailors, similar to yourself. You'll see the captain over in the corner talking to a very short individual, and other than that, no one will stand out to you specifically that you recognize, but you will notice that there's specifically one individual that you do not recognize that was not on your ship. He doesn't look very well kept. Looks a little bit like, he hasn't really slept or relaxed in the last 5 or 6 days. And you notice that he's kind of being berated by someone on the other side of the counter. Who you would assume is an employee, a dwarf, in fact. And he's kind of dressing him down, kind of just like, you can tell that the dwarf is aggravated. You can't understand what he's saying, but you can tell he's worked up, and the man he's speaking to, who's the man you don't recognize, is kind of just like no emotion, just passively just staring off into the distance. He has a drink next to him, but he's not moving to drink it. He's just kind of sitting there, listening to the dwarf kind of just yell at him.
I'm gonna try to get a little closer just to hear what's going on. Like maybe move a couple tables closer and
Okay.
just try to listen to that.
Okay, so while that's going on, your waiter will come back until he'll say he'll give you some stew, and
Smells good.
he'll say if there's anything else you need, sir, if you want to open a tab or anything, please just let me know.
Is it just regular ale that you guys have here?
Currently, that's all we had. Like I said, none of our more exotic things are really, we don't have any of them in stock at this point. From what I understand, that the supply ship that came a few days ago was supposed to have some, but I don't deal with the inventory much. I just kind of serve. I serve the stuff.
I'll just settle with a glass of that for now.
Okay. He'll just go over to the side, kind of pour you a glass. The kegs are like under the counter in front of him, so I'll grab that for you. I'll put it on. Is there anything else you need?
Just keep the rest of the gold as for the mess that my friend made before.
Well, thank you, sir. Until he'll start to walk away.
I'm gonna try to find where he's sitting.
You're just looking around, or you getting up and moving?
I'm gonna get up and try to find where he's sitting.
Are you like carrying your food with you, or are you just okay? Make a perception check as you go to.
That's a number.
I hope so.
18.
18. Okay, well that is a number. So as you turn around with your food in hand, you will notice the man that made the commotion before kind of moving. He's farther away from the bar, but he's starting to kind of like shuffle around. You can notice, not in any specific direction, but you notice as he's walking from the table he was at, to another table.
Is he sitting down at the table?
Were you going to sit closer, or were you just going to mill about?
I will sit closer. I'm also going to maybe portray that I'm a little more inebriated than I am.
Okay. Make a performance check.
I don't know if I can perform.
Oh, not bad.
10.
So, as you attempt to look a little bit more inebriated,
Not like really inebriated, just
So
this
low.
way.
you're making what you think is a pretty good show of it. You're fairly confident that you look a little drunk.
Just a little bit, like a tiny bit, just a touch.
You had an 18 on your perception check.
Yeah.
You'll notice that as he's walking towards another table, he seems to be a little over-exaggerating his steps as he's walking towards the other table, and then he'll go and he'll take his...
Listen, alcohol hits people, everyone differently, alright?
Yeah, it's true.
I can't handle it, alright?
I'm gonna go try to sit at the table he's at.
Okay. While that's going on, your waitress will come back with some fish and a glass of milk. And she'll say, was there anything else you need? If not, that'll be 5 silver for the meal.
Sure. And I'll just. What are you doing after this? I don't have any friends in this town, so. No.
Are you looking for somewhere to stay? We do have rooms in the back that you can rent out.
I see how it is. Okay, sure. How much for a room in the back?
Well, for a night, we tend to make it a little bit cheaper when the sailors come in for the first few days. At this point, a silver for a night's stay.
Seems a little cheap, but I'll pay.
Okay.
So I'll just.
Give her 6 silver, I
Yeah.
assume. Okay. She'll be like, okay, I'll get your room key. I'll be right back, and she'll go off. To the side, there's like a little cash register area, so to speak, just a little kind of chest crate.
Yep.
Off to the side, she'll go. She'll put the money in, and then off of a rack behind that, she'll take a key off. She'll run back. She'll say, "Here's a room over there on the right." And she'll point you in the direction. There's a little hallway off to the side, past the bar. Down there, where the rooms are, your room's going to be towards the end on the left side. The room number's right here on the key.
Okay, thank you. Perfect.
If there's anything else you need, just let me know, and she'll start to walk away. Okay.
Wait, there is one thing.
Yes?
Never mind.
Okay. She'll look visibly just like confused, and she'll just kind of walk away a little bit more quickly than she arrived. What would you like to do?
So, after hopping down off the stool and I guess like reallocating myself, I'll probably just like go back up to the bar and try to locate the barkeep.
Okay.
Or the tavern keeper, what have you.
Make a perception check.
It's a 14.
Is there a way for us to see character sheets?
Actually, let us pause real quick.
Because people are asking.
That's supposed to be enabled. Let me double check. We will come back to that 14 in just a moment. There should be an extension on Twitch. Let me double check, make sure it's enabled. Connect it.
Total coincidence.
Chances
Configure. Did I not select the campaign? Sorry. I apologize for this, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not you. Save.
I got it.
Is it security now? You don't see it. It's like,
I'm probably walking over.
Make them way downtown.
They're not buying that I'm just a regular
What?
elf named Eladamri with swords.
Eldamari?
Eladamri.
You pronounce it differently.
I mean,
Yeah.
calamari?
I'm gonna call Adam's character that.
Calamari.
My name is calamari.
All right, there should be.
Oh my god.
Okay, there should be if you refresh at this point, there should be an extension on the side where you can see everyone's character, and you can click on them and see their character sheet, which has all their information. Sorry about that. I had it set up, I just didn't hit activate. Anyway.
This.
So you rolled a 14, and you're looking specifically for who you'd consider the bar,
Yeah.
the tavern owner, or just whoever's in charge.
Just the barkeep, whoever the captain, like, not necessarily pointed me to, but just, like, going
Okay. So you look around, and you'll notice that. So you're on one end of the bar. At the other end of the bar, you see a stout dwarf, just kind of like. You can tell that he's worked up. You can't really hear or make out anything that he's saying or intending, but you see that he's kind of worked up towards a patron at the bar. Can't really make out any specifics. There's a lot of space in between you and that patron specifically. Like, there's a lot of people in your way, but you can kind of see that it looks like he's just really worked up at someone right now.
I guess I'll say to myself, I'll just be like, oh, a dwarf. He must be in charge here. You know,
Are you still with the captain at that
what?
point? Did you ever move from that point? Or are you
I
still...
just like hop down on the stool.
Okay.
he's in-
Are you right next to him though, or did you
I
move
guess. Yeah. I
Really?
suppose.
he'll look over to you. He'll just laugh. He'll say,
That's fair.
"That's Gath. He's the owner of the tavern here. He's an interesting fellow for sure. Might maybe give him a few minutes to cool down before you speak to him. Does he? He looks a little worked up.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go over there right now.
He'll just chuckle and he'll go back to his food.
And then I'll start walking over to Gath.
Okay. So this will be the point where you guys you sit at your table and he follows by. So you will notice that, what are you doing specifically?
Sitting down and listening to what's the altercation is. At
Okay.
the
So you are
bar,
trying to listen to.
But I'm also going to feign ignorance.
Okay. One thing. Can you turn the mic a little bit when you talk? I think talking to the side of it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So make a perception check. What are you doing at this point?
20.
Natural or unnatural?
I am at the door and I'm collecting people's coats as they come in,
Okay.
and I'm just holding a bunch.
Are you
of
trying
coats.
to be like super polite about it, or are you just kind of
No,
like?
I'm just literally standing there. If people give me their coats, I will hold it for them.
May I take
so-
your hat, sir?
Yeah.
May I take your hat, sir?
So as you stand there and just like with your hand out, trying to look as inviting as possible for a warforged, a 6'5" warforged,
My lady.
a few people will like give you some side glances and walk by,
This new automated coat hook.
and
That hurts.
you won't. No one will necessarily just freely hand you their coats,
No.
but after a few minutes, someone who's walking into the bar will be like, "What are you doing?"
I look around. Well, I'm standing here.
Fair enough. I'll just keep walking. All right, are you doing anything? Are you gonna stay here for a few minutes,
I'm just standing there and I'm watching what's going on.
are you watching the tavern for anything in particular? Are you keeping
No.
an eye out? Or are you just
I'm
chilling?
I'm just chilling. Watching.
Okay.
I'm not hungry.
What's your passive perception?
You just got a lot from me here.
I'm gonna assume 12.
I'll go check that.
Scroll down.
That's my passive perception.
10.
Oof. Okay.
Oof. A big 1-0.
Okay. So you'll continue to get these side glances as we go on. No one up until this point and for the near future will just freely give you their coat.
Come on.
And you won't catch the attention of any patrons walking into the bar as of yet.
Okay, that's fair.
So, unnatural 20.
Correct.
So, as you listen, you will notice your elven friend over here kind of walk up and sit next to you. I assume you're just ignoring him,
The rich
trying to
boy.
really focus on this
I
conversation.
will say the rich boy.
I'm not a boy.
You look like a boy to me.
I'm a man.
So as you listen in, you'll get bits and pieces of the argument. It's not loud, but there's a lot of people in here. It's just it's naturally loud. It's not overly rowdy in here, but it's still pretty difficult to hear. But if you strain yourself, you're able to hear, like, you're able to pick up bits and parts of it. You'll notice that the dwarf is doing all of the talking. He's not really being responded to at all. And what you're picking up is just a mixture of, just along the lines of, you know, it's been days. Like, this should have been done, you know, almost a week ago. It's hard to pick up a coherent sentence, but you're getting the gist that he's yelling at the individual for something
Not delivering a shipment, maybe?
that should have happened in the past. But you're not able to. It's really tough to hone in and listen specifically word for word.
Question. What kind of stew is it that he brought over?
Are you going to investigate and stew, or are you just going off a scent?
Strictly off of smell and vision.
Okay, so without actually looking into it and touching it and moving it around, it appears to be some type of meat stew.
I'm gonna take spoonfuls. I'm like, you interested in this?
That smells pretty good, buddy.
Like what you see.
What you got there?
Some stew. It's
Yeah.
a pretty good performance you had in there.
When was the last time you were home?
Long time.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Call out.
You're not really an elf anymore, are you?
Whatever I have to be.
Oh,
It's too hot.
all right.
The edge.
This air is
Thanks for the drink. They hit me kind of hard, so I only need one.
I can tell.
I'm gonna finish my drink.
You might need to work on your performing skills.
You might need to check your
They're
pockets.
a little rusty.
I'm gonna walk by and I'm not gonna pickpocket.
I appreciate
Are you gonna
that.
pretend to pickpocket him,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I'll pretend.
are you gonna performance? You wanna roll a performance check to see how good you pretend?
No, I'll genuinely try to pickpocket him if I'm gonna pretend.
That's
And if he, it'll be just a prank. But I'll
Just-
genuinely
just-
try.
just a prank.
I'm gonna
such a bad
I'm gonna
idea.
stumble-
This is what happens.
I'm gonna stumble into him
This
and
is
reach
it.
into his pocket as I stumble into him.
You better
Are you
watch your
doing it
pockets.
with,
Whoa!
with actually trying to pickpocket him, or are you just doing it to fake it?
No, I'll pickpocket him.
Alright, roll a sleight of hand check.
No.
What'd
No.
you roll?
It's a no.
No.
You're all the no.
How bad?
Mm-mm.
Was it a
It was
1?
a 3.
Okay. I just wanted to know
I
if
take
it's
it I
critically
notice.
bad or not. So
Your hands
as he
appear to
gets
be in
up,
my pocket,
he just
sir.
bumps into you, and you feel him just kind of like
Literally just
Pat you down a
into
little
your
bit.
pocket.
From where you obviously know where your coin purse is.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near it at this point. Like
Can I get his dagger though?
he just seems to be. He seems to be just patting you down for the sake of it. Like, are you responding to this at all? Or are you just like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be eating my stew. I'm gonna be like, again, like earlier, you're gonna have to work on that finesse a bit.
That was a performance. And I'm gonna walk away.
yeah. So as your food is
Very
coming,
one beer.
Misty, are you doing anything? Are you looking around, or are you kind of just?
I'm munching right now. I'm eating my food.
Did you get your food?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not doing anything out of the ordinary other than eating.
I mean, I'll probably try to talk to the people next to me.
You're trying to make actual conversation.
Are there people sitting like directly next to me?
There's someone to your left. You're kind of
Okay.
like, you're not in the center of the bar, but you're a little off center. But you're centralized. There's one
I'm just-
person to your left.
I'm just gonna look at them until they look at me.
With what intention?
I'm just smiling.
Are you trying to get their attention, or are you trying to make them notice you?
Isn't that the same thing?
Well,
I'm just
are you
looking at
trying
them
to make
smiling.
them? Okay.
That's pretty
I don't like it. I really don't like it.
I wanted to know if you were trying to
This isn't
intimidate
my
them at all, or
character.
No, maybe. Not really though.
Intimidate them into being your friend.
Sure.
Did they
So-
look? Did they look over?
After a few seconds, the man sitting next to you will just kind of like look over.
Oh
What,
my God.
What do you want? Very, like, he says it in a way that's not like
Not welcoming.
not aggressive, but definitely
Okay.
not welcoming.
Uh,
You will notice him as someone you've seen coming
On the
to and
ship?
from on the ship.
okay. Do they have any food in front of them?
He has a glass, and that's it. Just a tankard, glass tankard, I guess.
What you drinking?
What do you want?
I was just wondering, are you gonna take any more jobs on the ship?
I don't know. I've had a very long day.
This is my first one, and I didn't like. Does the pay increase, or is it like?
He's just gonna look at you and say, like I was saying, I've had a very long day. We just got finished unloading the ship. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to talk to you.
I get it.
I've seen you on the ship. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Please don't talk to me.
Okay.
Let's look away. Oh no.
This is said please.
But
It
It's
hurts.
nice about it.
I had another question.
He's gonna like sigh deeply and be like,
I'm look away and then look back and ask that.
look, we've been on that ship for 2 weeks. We haven't had the pleasure of having an actual conversation, but I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm very fed up with you.
Already.
You walk around so happy and cheerful. Can you please, for the love of God, just leave me alone?
My ears are gonna kind of go down. Be like, if that's what you really want, and I'm just gonna look. I'm just gonna look away.
He's gonna just like go back to his drink and just like
Now I'm gonna,
mumble to himself.
now I'm just gonna sadly drink my milk and eat my fish
Okay.
all by myself.
All right.
Is it my turn to talk to people at their coats?
Are you trying to make conversation? With
I'm gonna
him?
start. I'm gonna try and I want to see if I can't pick out the people with the nicest coats / hats, and I want to go talk to them.
Okay.
I had a pretty
So
nice hat.
everybody here looks like shit.
I do wear a hat, but don't come talk.
So
If
as
you
you
have a- if I notice
as
it,
you're
it's
taking the coats,
Read my picture.
we'll say a few minutes have passed at this point.
Did anyone give me coats? Actually?
No one has given you a coat
Okay.
at
So
this
I
point,
thought- so I
but
thought.
you will notice that there are some people that you don't recognize as your crew members, but they look kind of well off. They look like they're
Some nice coats.
make a general intelligence check. I don't know how smart you are normally.
It's 11.
Okay, so they look like they live in the area. They look like they're clean. They didn't just like come off a boat. Doesn't look like they're going to just
They
go
got some
right on
nice
a boat.
threads.
They got some decent clothing,
Okay.
and you would assume that they live in the town or at least around the town.
What kind of clothes do they have on?
Well, you'll pick out one couple in particular. The man is wearing. You're looking entirely just for clothing items, correct?
Yeah.
So he's wearing.
Like particularly jackets and hats.
He's wearing like a little vest, like a little pullover vest. And it is the weather outside is fairly warm, and so he's no one would be wearing like thick clothing at this point, but he's wearing a vest over just like a t-shirt. The vest does look very well made, clean leather, looks pristine, and then he's just wearing some trousers, if you will,
I'm gonna-
and then he's with someone else, and she's wearing She's wearing not like a fancy dress, but like a sundress. It looks nice.
And a hat.
She is wearing a hat. It's not a big hat.
Oh,
No.
okay. Sound like that.
It's like one of those little
Dainty ones with a feather.
half hats. I don't know what the names of those hats are.
Wait. I do want to go up to
But
the, I
it
do
looks
wanna
like
go
they're
over to
walking
them now.
together towards a table.
I'm gonna intercept them.
Okay. How are you gonna make yourself known to this couple?
I'm just gonna walk in front of them.
Stop them from
Okay.
Oh.
And I'll say, "Ma, you have some exquisite threads on right now. What is this? May I take a look?"
Who are you directing that to?
The guy's best.
He'll, as you get close to him, he'll just kind of like back off and say, "Hey, what do you want?"
Oh, the craftsmanship. It's superb. I'm gonna try and touch it.
He's gonna try to walk away, and he's gonna try to motion to the woman that he's with, kind of like back up.
No, please. I'm looking for a great tailoring shop around. You seem like you have great taste. I was hoping I could just take a look at your vest and you can tell me where you bought it. I
There's
must have
the tailoring store in the town square. Just go there, please. Just
Okay, that's
leave
fair.
me alone.
That's fair. But
Nobody in this
if
tavern
you
is very
change,
nice.
if you change your mind,
Oh, this guy's
I
pretty
would
nice.
love to try that on. It looks
He's
amazing.
gonna look at it and he's just gonna look at you. No, I don't think that's going
Are
to
you
happen.
sure?
Sir.
My precious.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll be over. I'll point to the door. I'll be standing right there if you change your mind.
It's gonna point to the opposite and that will be over there
Okay.
somewhere.
That's fine. That's fair. And I'll go back to my perch and see if
And,
there are any other
Back to your spot.
clothes that I think are cool.
Him and the woman he's with will kind of just like shuffle away quickly in the opposite direction.
Nice folks. And then I'll go walk back to the door.
Okay. During this time is when you guys would have started to approach the altercation at the other end of the bar. You guys will run into each other, or you guys will be walking at generally the same time, so you'll each notice that someone else seems to be going in the same direction as you.
I'm gonna stumble into him.
You'll get stumbled into. Are you going to? You're not trying to knock him over or anything, right? Just kind of nudge him at that point.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Oh, it's all right, my good friend. No worries here.
You're very kind. I'm leaning on you.
Thank you.
I want to go to the bar. You want a drink?
No, thank you. I don't drink.
Yeah, you do. Let's go. Let's go.
No,
Right,
no,
let's go.
no.
They're just gonna drag him to the bar.
I'm going towards the
Pick him
bar.
up.
Okay, I mean, I'll walk with you to the bar, but like,
We're gonna plop down next to.
Next to the
I'm
altercation.
gonna sit down next to the altercation.
Okay. Are you also going to take a seat?
yeah, I'll try to sit like. Yeah, I get. Yeah. I'm gonna sit like wherever.
He's sitting
wherever I can
right
sit
next.
I'm
closest
sitting
to get.
directly next to him.
He's sitting right
Next
next
to
to
the
the guy that seems to be yelled at, and you'll notice as you approach, now that you're getting a better angle at it, that the guy that he's talking to seems to be just like super distant, kind of straight-faced, staring off to the distance. And keep in mind, this has all been about a minute and a half since the initial time that not even a minute at that point.
I am going to try to examine that man that's just 1,000-yard stare.
Okay. Are you
The guy that's sitting up there.
Okay. Not the.
No, not the door.
are you like trying to get anyone's attention at that point? You're just sitting down.
Well, I'm
and
gonna
then
sit down. I'm seeing that he's getting yelled at, so I'm gonna look at him.
As you like turn to just like stare at this guy, the dwarf behind the counter will say, "Hey, what can I help you with something?"
2 drinks, please.
Yeah, and he'll motion to one of the bartenders further down.
And I'm gonna,
He's like, "Hey, Dylan, come take care of these guys."
I'm gonna whisper and say, "Is this guy okay?"
To the dwarf.
Yeah. I don't like this.
Say, no.
I'm gonna look at
Does
him.
he
again.
look okay?
I'm gonna look at him.
I've been yelling at him for 20 minutes. He hasn't blinked.
So he looks normal, other than he's just staring and he's like 30.
Make a perception check. What's your roll? Okay. Yes.
Okay.
There it is, boy.
He looks. There's nothing odd about him that you can notice, other than the fact that he just looks
He's not there anymore.
not present. He looks bored. He's not touching his drink, and he's just kind of sitting there staring. He's not paying any attention to you. He's really not paying any attention to the dwarf either.
I'm gonna poke him.
Poke successful. Poke him.
Does he react?
No. If you're like trying to put force into it, he'll kind of go with it. He won't really push back, but if you just poke him, he'll just kind of take it and just.
What kind of drugs is he on?
I don't know.
Where can I
Since
get
they
him?
got off that boat, they've all been like this. I don't
Which
know.
boat?
The one that came before you guys, one came about 5 days ago.
I hear this too, right?
Unless you're deaf.
Okay.
Is your character deaf?
Is that one not?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's the one that's not unloaded?
Yeah, they pulled in the harbor. All of them just got off, acting like this, and just nothing.
Is there a job out for unloading it?
We're trying to get some people together to make the mayor, you know, hire
Sign
some
me
people.
up.
I mean, there's nothing yet. We're still petitioning the mayor for it.
I mean, you could just pay me. I'll just go take the stuff off the boat.
I already paid them to bring me this shit. You think I want to pay you to unload it?
You can pay
They've already
me.
gotten that money.
You can pay me in alcohol.
I don't want to spend extra money for this. We're trying to get the mayor to front the money. Because these guys, they took our money in advance, doing nothing with it.
Whatever. I'm gonna just stare at this guy for a little while to try to figure out if he has any sort of like insignia or something like that on his person. Since he's not reacting to anything, I will actually just stare at him.
Okay. So are you taking some time to just...
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Like I'm gonna get my drink and I'll sit here and just like examine this guy.
Okay, so we'll come back to you and let you find out later on. Are you doing anything after hearing this or anything? At this point, so the bartender that he motioned to previously will come up to you guys and say like, hey, can I get you guys anything? I don't know what's going on here, but can I get your drink?
2.
Sure. Is it just for you or?
One for each.
Sure thing. I'll be right back, and he'll go off and
I'll just motion like this, like.
he'll leave and he'll go, you know, 5 feet down. He'll start pouring the drinks. Are you doing anything in the meantime, or?
Staring at that guy.
Okay.
So Gath is still with us.
Yeah. At this point, after you guys have come up and after the conversation between Ellis and the dwarf, he's kind of just like he stopped yelling at this man, and he's kind of just like mumbling under his breath at this point. He just kind of like seems frustrated. There's a sink off to the side, so he's just kind of grabbing a glass, just kind of cleaning it. He's still like right next to you guys, but he seems to be cooling down from his rant earlier.
Okay. So I guess I'll try to get his attention and try to speak with him.
Okay.
Like I'll just wave him down, like.
Yeah. What's up?
Your name is Gath, right?
Yeah.
So I had a talk with the captain, and he told me that something might have happened with a ship earlier on in the week, and I mean, obviously I just heard what was going on between you and this fine gentleman over here, who maybe have had a little bit too much to drink, in my own opinion, but hey, we won't go there.
You're like, nah. You got all night.
I was just coming to offer you my assistance. If you guys needed any help with anything, I heard you said that you needed to petition with the mayor. I can be very persuasive at times to try to expedite stuff like this, and it'll only cost you a small fee.
When you say that, I'll kind of just like smirk, like I told the other guy, I'm not looking to spend more money.
What's a small fee in comparison to what you could be making off of the stuff on this ship?
True. Let me put it this way: we're getting that stuff in either way.
Speech.
It doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem that way.
Well, I will be waiting until the mayor responds until we seek outside help.
Even if you wanted me to maybe put in a good word with the mayor, you know.
You know her?
Yeah. No, but like I said, I can be very persuasive at times.
I'll keep you in
I'm
mind.
gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at him deeply for a minute. Like, is this guy a murderer? Is he a killer? Like,
Make an
I'm
insight check.
torturer?
Insight check.
One second, man. One second.
Hey, start rolling now.
9.
So you look at him, and you're trying to determine whether or not he's being aggressive or if he's just kind of being overly helpful. And really, you can't tell. It could go either way. Sometimes, like as he's talking, sometimes it looks like there might be an underlying threat with what he's saying, and sometimes it looks like he's just kind of just talking for the sake of talking. You can't really get an accurate read on this man.
What's your name?
My name's Nipsy. Nipsy Haffington. What's your name?
Ellis.
Ellis. Nice to meet you. I see we might have maybe a little bit of a common interest here. Maybe?
Sure. Maybe.
Maybe we could try to persuade our friend over here to point us in the right direction and maybe get a little more information on what's going on around here.
Are you trying to say this quietly?
No.
Or-
no. I'm sorry, I'm stuck in here. No.
That,
Well, when you say that,
I'm gonna say,
Gath. I'm gonna turn to Gath. I'm gonna say, Gath, I assure you, I mean you no harm. It may come off as that.
I just met this guy.
No, you got me wrong. I'm just trying to help you. Help me help you. Oh, this sounds worse and worse.
I'm gonna be chuckling over at my table watching
Nipsey,
all this.
Nipsey, there's a
It's very interesting.
really nice elf boy over there. We'll point to where he is. He likes to pay for stuff. So.
Oh, the rich one.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, you can probably go sit with him, and he might have some information.
I think I'm gonna try to locate this mayor or something, or
Mayors like rich people.
Oh, you're right. They could get votes in funding. Yeah, I'll go give it a look.
I see you.
And then I'll hop
At
down.
this point, you guys will notice that Gav is kind of just completely ignoring you. After you had kind of like picked up the conversation, he's kind of just like left the area to avoid having to talk to either of you anymore. So.
Man, people in this tavern suck.
You're selling me.
All right. So, are you going over to the table that Eladamri is at?
Who's that? Sorry.
Calamari.
Calamari.
Pretty boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking over there.
Okay. What are you doing as he
I'm
leaves?
examining this guy.
So you're still just you're still spending this time. I guess it hasn't really been any time at all yet. Okay, so there's that. Misty,
Tell him he forgot his drink.
he's going to
How
not respond to you at all.
how close am I to this conversation?
No, him.
You're about half a bar away.
Okay, so I probably don't hear it.
No, if you were trying to if you were making it your goal to make a note of what's going on around you.
I'm just gonna sit there looking all depressed until somebody comes and talks to me. Ears down, just
So sad.
Okay.
just looking at the bar
Are you
and my empty glass of milk.
so you finished eating at this point?
Yes,
Or like,
I'm
okay.
done eating.
So after a few minutes, the waitress who served you previously will come up and say, "Hey, did you need anything else? Are you?" Oh, during this time, the man next to you would have left.
Yeah.
Very soon after your conversation.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Uh,
I'm sure.
And the waitress will come up to you and say, "Is there anything else I can get for you? Are you all set? Do you need anything?"
I think I'm all set.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, just let us know. We're happy to help.
Okay.
She'll
Come on, Joe.
she'll kind of just like nod in your direction. Okay. And then she'll kind of go about her business.
Okay, bye.
Misty's like, take the hints, damn it.
Go on, you're supposed to draw now.
They're just gonna keep getting longer every time you say it.
What is Adam's character wearing? Like
Fancy
nice clothes?
Are you asking in game?
Well, what do I see him wearing?
What are you wearing? Are you wearing nice clothes?
Probably like pretty nice clothes.
He's putting on a
Make a general perception check.
Is it like not? They look like average clothes. No, I'm like,
You
I
don't
feel
see anyone that stands out to you
He
that
looks-
appears to be wearing nice
he
clothes.
they'd probably be slightly above average clothes with their clothliness.
Are you still looking? Are you still just primarily trying to grab coats, or are you kind of perusing the bar?
I'm just looking around the room now.
Okay. You will have noticed their whole altercation. No one was trying to keep it like quiet or anything. So you'll notice you would have seen them walk up to the tavern, and you would have seen them leave shortly after, or
Who
one of them leave.
Oh, not the tavern.
No. Leave the bar. These are people you do recognize from the ship. You don't know them firsthand.
If I don't notice any more nice clothes, I'm probably just gonna stand there.
You notice as you have been standing here, you've noticed that people generally don't have anything overly fancy. There have been a few like that one couple who were wearing some nicer clothes, but for the most part, you see a lot of people who look like they work, work with their hands. They're active workers. They're not someone who would.
So it's really just Adam's clothes, but I don't notice that they're nice right now.
You just haven't noticed him. I mean, it's a busy tavern. There's a lot of people, and he walked in prior to you trying to get
And
codes.
he's very missable.
It's what?
He's very missable.
I'm very subtle.
All right, I'll go walk over, sit by the bar then.
Okay.
Defeated.
Are you kind of just walking towards the middle?
Yeah, I'll just walk straight over there.
I assume
Okay.
you're very large, correct?
Sizable.
Heavy.
Yeah. Big boy.
Okay.
Do you make like robot sounds when you walk?
No. No, I don't.
Bill, what is Misty's passive perception?
It's 11. And 11.
I think.
Okay. So as you're just sitting there, just kind of, I don't know, lost in thought, you will notice that there seems to be something like a very large individual coming and sitting just like a few chairs down from you. At this point, there was no one to the right of you before. The person you had the conversation to was on your left.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're a little off center from the bar, but you're still pretty close to the middle of the bar. So you'll notice him pretty easily, just kind of like sitting down a few chairs away from you.
I'll just look over at him.
Make a just a perception check.
I'm at the bar being sad.
You guys equally sad over there.
You are?
No, I said you guys
Oh.
are just gonna be equally sad.
Sad day for me. No one wants to let me try on their
That is
cards.
a 15.
Okay, so you notice, you look over, you do recognize him as someone that you crewed with. You'll notice that he looks a little downtrodden at this point.
He's useless. I'm gonna get up from my chair and move over and sit next to him.
You
Okay.
notice an individual who you generally recognize sit next to you.
I'm like
What
six.
is the niceness of the clothing?
6'5".
Maybe 6.
Phil, what is your
That's not
what is
big.
Misty wearing?
I am wearing a fur what's it called?
Fur?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Cat fur?
Not cat fur. We're hunters. But no, it's probably like a not a robe, but I think
Is it like fancy or is it like
Cowl.
it's like a cowl.
utilitarian?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a cowl and then maybe just some like trousers
And she's tall.
like a tattered shirt.
So I'm not too interested in the
She
clothing.
looks you in the eyes.
I'll say hello.
That's a big
Good
Hi.
evening.
Hey, I recognize you. You're that big robot guy from the boat.
Not a robot, but I was on the boat. That's also extremely rude.
Oh, sorry, I'm
I
not.
am not
I'm not
a
from around
mere
here.
Automaton. I'm a sentient being.
I'm sorry. I just came over because you look a little sad.
I am pretty sad.
Me too.
Pretty sad. No one in this tavern will let me try on their fanciest clothes.
You can try on my clothes if you want.
Hmm.
I mean, not the clothes I'm wearing, but maybe my cowl.
Mm-mm. No, thank
It's
you.
made for
That's
them.
extremely kind,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
gonna have to pass.
It's very well made.
That's rude.
I'm being kind. No, thank you.
Okay.
But if you do see anyone with fancy threads, please
Okay.
let me know.
Can I make a perception check look around?
Sure.
That's a 10.
So as you look around, you'll notice throughout the bar, there are a lot of people that
You see that?
there are a lot of people that seem to be. Sorry, my computer's
The Warforged wears Prada. Sorry, I just saw that. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know, my computer is
I'm breaking the
lagging.
The immersion.
the immersion.
The fifth one.
My immersion.
Anyway,
Same
so
as your
you'll
phone.
notice there's a lot of people that there at this point the tavern is a little bit more full than it was previously. But it doesn't look like everyone in here is from the ship, like you noticed earlier.
Yep.
There are some other people who you would assume would be townsfolk in here, generally not dressed the nicest.
Anybody that I would think is dressed nicely from my knowledge, my vast knowledge of normal people clothes.
So you see a lot of people that are dressed a little people look generally dirty.
Okay.
Not like not like homeless or like they're destitute, but that they're not, you know, they spent all day working in the field. You know, their clothes have some stains on them. Nothing super fancy. You do see some people who are just well kept, maybe not super fancy clothing, but well kept. You'll notice a couple over in the corner, as well as just some people around. No one specifically catches your eye as being overly fancy.
All right.
But you do notice some people that are dressed a little cleaner than others.
I'm just gonna point at somebody that's dressed cleaner. What about that person?
No, I don't think so.
How about that one? I'm gonna point at somebody else.
No, not that.
Maybe
person.
if we get closer, they'll look better. Or maybe it's...
Well, hold on. I'm gonna. Can I find like a scrap? Can I ask the bartender for like a scrap piece of paper, and like a pen, a quill, or something?
You're gonna draw what you're looking
I'm gonna try.
You can try to get the attention of the bartender.
I'm gonna try and get the attention.
Okay. How are you doing? Are you just waving him down, or are you calling
Yeah,
him
I'll
out?
just say,
walk over
excuse
and
me.
bang his fist on the
Okay.
wall.
No.
Punch a giant.
So after a few seconds, one of the bartenders will walk up and say, "Yeah, what can I get for you?"
Could I get a pen and paper, please? Or
Quill.
a writing utensil and some parchment, please.
I think we have some in the back. He'll walk away. If you're not doing anything in the meantime, he'll be back about 30 seconds later, and he'll have a little piece of paper, and as well as a utensil to write with,
Okay,
charcoal based in nature.
it's fine. I'm going to do my best to draw fancy clothes.
Make a
performance.
make a. Oh, one sec.
You're a machine. You could just like draw that.
If you were
Printer
a
mode.
robot.
Do I get advantage on this?
you're
I'm gonna
Printer
say
mode.
just a general dexterity check.
Do I get advantage?
For what reason?
Because he's
Because
a machine.
Were you
I'm a
built?
machine.
Were you built to
No.
make
Draw?
pictures? Probably not.
I'm gonna say no.
That's good.
That's probably like a 19.
That's good. You said a dex save?
Yeah.
No,
That's
dex.
a 19.
Nice.
He draws
Whoa, whoa.
really
So
fancy
you do
clothes.
what you think is a fairly good job of drawing a nice hat. It's got some frills on it. It's got
Big
some
feather.
feathers on it. Big ass brim.
Nice. That's what I need.
And
That's what I'm looking for.
yeah, so you managed to,
And I'm gonna be
complete
like,
your drawing.
This.
And it's the exact hat I'm wearing.
I don't see anyone
Hmm.
with this type of garb. Sad
That-
to say, that's why I'm feeling so bad.
I'm gonna look at it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody like this before.
They're hard to come by these days.
I
People
mean,
with true
what-
taste.
why would you want this? It seems like it's
Excuse me. I think I misread the situation. And I'm gonna go sit like a couple seats down. And I'll just be grumbling about like people these days don't know.
Hey, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You mess with the cat, you get the gat.
Alright, are you doing anything as this warforged walks away from you?
Fine.
There's just no good people around.
Okay, so at this point it's been a few minutes. From your staring and investigating of this man, he seems to just be, there's nothing special about him. There's nothing you notice. There's no signs on him that doesn't have an insignia of any kind. His clothes are super plain, dirty. His hair looks not well kept. Looks like he hasn't hasn't cleaned himself in quite a while. He just looks generally disgusting.
Gross.
And that's all you're really able to ascertain without like.
I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. You successfully walk away.
I'm bringing him his drinks.
Okay.
It's peer pressure, by the way.
I know. I'm gonna not be pretending to be inebriated anymore.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk back to the table, put the drink in front of him, and sit down next to the pretty boy.
I can't wait till I notice Adam's clothing.
What's going on with that cat and that robot over there?
So rude.
The cat is very
Just so
sad.
rude.
I've been watching it almost cry over there for a while now.
What happened?
I don't know.
That guy's weird. And I'm gonna point it back at the guy at the bar.
Wait, okay.
The guy at the bar. Is he moving?
The weird one.
Oh.
It
Sorry,
smells bad.
Out of me, I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Oh,
I can't smell him from here.
Ellis, this was the guy you were talking about. Oh,
Yeah, he's rich. He's gonna pay for all our drinks.
oh, he didn't look too rich.
Excuse me.
He didn't look too old.
He said that tiny humans can't pay for drinks, so he's gonna pay for mine.
Oh, what
I
about
never
tiny
said those
gnomes?
words.
That's what I heard. You're small too, so I thought it counted.
I'm
Is
only
that
down.
true? Are you paying for me?
Was it, you are very small, but I am
See,
not
see,
paying.
he said you're small. That's what he's paying.
I am not
Pays
paying.
for small people.
Oh, I must know your name if you're paying for my food. What's your name?
I am called Eladamri.
Eladamri.
Like the squid?
Close, but I think I have a grasp of the common language enough to know that that is a different word.
I'm not very good with that.
Your own language?
Yeah.
Well-
that
See,
is shame.
I wasn't privileged enough to go to school. So.
Well, Elder Mommy, I'm Nipsy Haffing.
Yes. Elder Mom.
I will sigh a bit when he mispronounces my name. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Just this one. And we'll slide around.
Why? Did I say something wrong?
Slightly.
I apologize, my good fellow. We're not used to names like that where I'm from, I suppose.
I am quite exotic, I
I'm gonna look into the camera like one of those office bits. Well, yeah, so my friend Ellis here said you'll pay for food and drink for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
know. Where did you get that idea?
how courteous
It's
of
mine.
you.
I paid for your mistake at the bar.
What mistake? There was no mistake.
Oh, your foolish attempt at trying to steal
You
that
paid
drink.
for it, didn't you?
I paid for your mistake of breaking that glass of that poor man.
Seems like a win-win to me.
Is that what I heard earlier? Intriguing.
I'm gonna look at you and say his finesse is a bit lacking tonight, it seems.
He did stumble into me as well.
His acting is lacking too.
Wait a
You're
second.
losing him.
You do seem normal. At least a little more normal than you were before. You do put on a good show. I don't know what he's talking about, but you put on a good show.
Thanks.
I thought you were drunk at the bar earlier, but hey.
I might be.
Okay.
Depends how much longer we're gonna be here with this gentleman
Oh, well,
who's paying for everything.
let's move on. Did you find anything out about that gentleman that was sitting at the bar?
He is basically a zombie.
Zombie, you say? I'm gonna put my hand on my sword.
Whoa! I mean, like,
Starts glowing with
Like
righteous
he-
fury.
doesn't think. He just exists. Like,
Oh, okay.
not undead.
So he's mindless. Oh, he's not a zombie.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Like, never mind. Yeah, I'm beginning to grasp who you are.
What do you mean?
You're one of those religious folks, aren't you?
I wouldn't say highly religious, but I have a religious past, so I suppose. But we like to keep that in the past. Yeah. We won't talk about it anymore.
Thousand yard stare. Okay, well, here's your drink.
Do I see them having this conversation?
Are you?
And do I recognize
When you
them?
walked away from Misty, where'd you go with what intentions?
Just upset. So I was walking down the bar.
How's
Are you
your
looking for a place
meat
to sit? Or are you
Yeah,
just
I'm gonna sit
gonna
back
take
down.
it over? Either
Yeah,
the bar or
very
you
filling.
It is. It's delicious.
Are you
right?
looking around
You
to
didn't have
notice
that in
any
your home,
trend
did
noticing
you?
with the tavern and stuff?
Yeah,
As
I'm looking
much.
for
Most of my kind of
companies
vegetarian.
that will appreciate the finer things.
Okay.
And
I'll
maybe
say it.
people that I
You
know.
don't have to.
At your new seat, at your new location, as you look around, make another perception
Oh,
check. To see if there's anyone you recognize.
It's another one.
I'm gonna see your very full cup.
That's another nat one.
You're not helping me out.
I'm trying.
As you look
Double
around, you really don't notice much. You will.
You would sit on the floor.
You kind of. You do find a seat at the bar, and you kind of look around to see if someone you recognize. Really, now that you're looking around, there's not as many people from the ship. You know, after the past like 20, 30 minutes have passed, more locals it seems have come in. Maybe some of the shipmates have left. The only person that you really truly recognize through your quick glance is the individual that you just left a few seats down. You do notice that person's still sitting there alone. But other than that, you're not really making out anyone like specifically that you.
Okay, I'll just sit down. It's sad.
Try to take people's clothes.
Making
No.
cats cry.
Maybe cats cry.
Misty, are you doing anything during this time? Your food has been completed at this point. The Warforged is just left you.
No. I'm gonna look around the bar, see if there's anybody who seems like they'd be more friendly than the people I've interacted with.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, that's sweet.
That's a 8.
Total.
That's an 8. Yes.
So as you look around, you'll notice some people that you do recognize from the ship, just throughout the tavern. No one that you necessarily know specifically.
Do they look friendly?
Sure. Based on how I think Misty would attribute friendliness, I think a few of them would look generally friendly.
Okay. I'll head towards one of them. One of the people that looks friendly.
Okay. I'll say the first person that you noticed was someone that you shipped with at a table that's probably about 10 or so feet away.
Okay. What do they look like?
It's an older man. Seems to be kind of just lost in thought at this point. He doesn't look necessarily upset. He just looks like he's kind of just like a little zoned out. He's got kind of like shoulder length gray hair. He's got a scrabbly beard. And you noticed, and you remember, I'll just say roll an intelligence check. Just to see how good you are at remembering this.
Let's see. Intelligence, you said?
Yes.
Alright, it is a 14.
Okay, so you'll remember that you notice this individual. When you interacted with him on the ship or saw him on the ship, he always kind of seemed to be a little bit slow. Not dumb, but just his actions always took a little bit longer. He is older, and you would
Very
easily notice that.
calculated.
Very, very calculated, thought through, but also he does give off the guise of just being kind of a little bit more fragile due to his age. But he didn't seem to be. He seemed to still pull his weight, just not
Sure.
quite as easily as others.
Okay.
So you would remember that about him.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to him.
As you approach, he'll snap out of his meditation, if you will, and just be like, "Oh, hi. How are you?
Hey there, buddy.
Is there something I can do for you?"
I was just trying to. I don't know where I'm going on my journey, so I'm just trying to find somewhere to go. Where are you going?
I wish I knew.
Same problem I'm having.
I I recognized you from the ship. I took that contract just trying to get away, you know?
I just trying to explore.
Yeah.
I've never been away from my home village. So
He'll,
I don't know anywhere.
So as you're talking, you notice he kind of zones out again. He's like, "Yeah."
Seems like the person I could talk to, and they would just listen. So
Oh, yeah.
I think I found the one.
So after you finish talking, like he kind of, you notice he's zoning out again, but he kind of snaps back to. He's like, "Oh, where'd you say you were headed?"
Nowhere in particular.
Yeah. I same. I came here on the ship, like, just trying to get away. Kind of zone out again. And I'll snap back. It's like, sorry, I got a lot of other stuff on my mind.
Have you been drinking?
Make a, what's your passive perception's not 0.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that he has a few glasses in front of him. The one in front of him's kind of half empty. He'll be like, yeah, sorry, it's been a long day, you know. It's not it's not a man like me. It's not a man of my age's place to be taking that type of work. It was a mistake.
It wasn't
But,
that
So
bad.
sad.
I've lived in the capital city my whole life. My parents came over from the mainland, and I just wanted to, you know, relive some of that, you know, kind of get what they got. But
You know what? I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'll just kind of start zoning out again.
So where'd you say you were headed? Just nowhere?
Oh,
I-
sorry. Yeah,
I-
I don't know. I
You guys are the same people. You are the same people.
I got talked into joining the ship. I was friends with the captain's parents, and you know, I ran into some hard times back in the capital city, and I just thought, you know, what better time to just get away? Wasn't really sure what to expect, and you know, thinking about it, I'm not even sure if I'll stay here. I'm not really cut out for the farm life.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna get up and
Well, holy shit.
and I'm whispering
So
I'm whispering this guy has no idea what he's doing.
As you walk away, he will continue to just kind of
So
nod
sad.
along.
Alright, I'll go to the
All right, roll another perception check as you leave.
Hell yeah. That's a 16.
16 total.
Yes.
So as you leave the table and kind of trying to back away from this man as he's currently again getting lost in his thoughts, you will notice that there's a table off to the side with a few people that you recognize from the ship, kind of in a group. They seem to be communicating pleasantly for the most part with each other. You see one man kind of robed up a little bit. You can't really make him out too well, but you recognize that attire from the ship. He seemed to frequently wear clothes that were, you know, mysterious, if you will. You also see a gnome sitting across from him at the table, and in the middle you see an elf that you recognize from the ship as well, dressed a little bit
We're just
nicer than
classic
the
Will
others.
the
D&D party
nice?
over
Will
here.
he recognize the nice clothes as the type of
No, because you
stuff that
yelled
I
at
noted
him.
in?
Well,
I
you'll
showed it to him.
Like shit.
No,
He's gonna be like,
I
I'm gonna
wrote
put,
a I drew a beautiful
She's
picture
gonna be like, I'm
and
gonna
was
put
hit
this
with
in
the
the memory
what
bank.
the hell is this? This is trash. Why would anyone want that? So I was offended.
Put it in the
Rightfully so.
Put it in the memory bank and be like, I'm gonna use this.
So
against
you don't notice any hats of exquisite taste,
But there is.
but you do notice that he's dressed a little bit nicer. But you would have come to expect that after seeing him here and there for the past few weeks.
I'll go walk over and introduce myself.
As you're walking up, you'll hear them discussing, them talking about how the man in the center is going to be paying for the food and drink. So as you guys finish your conversation about Elder Mommy paying for everything, there'll be someone will start to approach you.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna go over.
Okay.
So I heard it's something about somebody paying for food and drinks over here.
Another one. Okay. This is getting a little out of hand.
Oh yes. Apparently, according to this fine gentleman, this other fine gentleman will be paying for our food tonight.
Oh, slow down, Nipsey. Tiny people.
Oh.
We're gonna look all the way.
Oh yeah.
I actually don't remember how tall I am.
You're very tall.
I might actually be like at
You're like
least
6'3" or
I'm
something.
at least 6 foot.
Is quite
So
a bit
remember,
taller than
everyone
all
was
of us.
super tall.
Let me-
I'm an average person height. A nice 5'10".
Yeah, I'm average gnome height.
I'm 5. I'm 5'10".
Oh.
I was 6.
We're all equally high.
Oh, I think
Smile.
anybody that's shorter than him, he's paying too.
Ugh, I have
Can-
become the
Can you
medium.
can you stand up? I want to see how tall you are.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up.
Do I see
A
him?
little
say
confused.
no?
What are you doing after you
Coordinate.
walked away?
I'm
I
looking.
think
I'm
we're the same.
I'm
Yeah, we're the
looking
same height.
at the.
Okay, you don't currently have a drink or you haven't ordered
No.
anything. Are you intending to buy anything, or are you still just looking
No,
for
I'm
people
just
to?
looking for
Okay. I'll say at this point you can make another perception check.
13.
That's better than a natural
It's
one.
better than a 1.
So as you look around, you do notice the individual that you were
stand up?
speaking with before at the
Did you stand
bar
up?
has relocated to farther back in the bar at a table, and you'll notice she's speaking with some people that you would recognize from the ship. And while you're looking over there, one of them stands up, and you will notice that his clothing does look a little bit fancier than the others. You will recognize him from the ship, and you'll recall that he does generally dress a little bit nicer, probably a little bit too nice for the work that was being done.
Gotta look fine.
But you do
That's
see
my
them off in the
man's
corner.
over there. I'm gonna once they're done with their stuff, I'm gonna make my way over there.
Okay.
Just talk to him.
My name's Misty.
Nice to meet you, Misty. I'm Ellis.
Same.
Hi, Misty.
But-
Oh,
Whoa, are you Ellis or Misty?
No, you said nice to meet you, and I said, oh. Sorry, I'm not used to these conversations.
Come on.
Most of the time, people just ignore me.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, but it looks like we're the same height or close, so I guess he's not paying for my food.
I don't think he knows how that works. I'm actually taller than
I'm gonna sit back down and I'm gonna give you a little look.
well, hi, Misty. My name's Nipsy. Nipsy Huffington.
You're a short one, aren't you?
You're a rude one, aren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
It's true. I don't know why I'd be offended.
It's just factual.
Well,
At this point in the conversation is when you probably would have made your way over. So you'll walk in while they're.
If it isn't the confusing robot.
Yes, that's it's extremely rude of you, but that is me.
oh, another rude one.
And I'll me? Oh, I like you.
No.
And then I'll sit down. Is there anyone across from Adam?
Well, you're not sitting down currently.
I'll
thought you
sit
said
back
back
down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like probably standing right across from Adam.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, because I went up to like
The table, it's
I
a
got a
circular
gold
table,
circle.
C6.
Okay.
So
I'll-
the order would be Ellis is sitting next to Ellis is Eladamri.
Eladamri.
And then
Eladamri.
it's Nipsey,
Watch yourself.
and Misty's kind of standing off to
Okay.
the side after that. So
I'm
you can
gonna,
sit on the opposite side.
I'm gonna pull up a seat. I'm gonna sit down. You have great taste, by the way. And I'm gonna like reach out and like kind of like feel your coat or whatever.
I'm gonna be like, thank you. Someone
What the
appreciates it
hell?
finally.
Where did you get that? That's fantastic.
This robot's kind of
Fortunately,
weird.
it's from a very far away land,
Oh,
my
it's-
homeland of the elves.
Can you even see over the table?
I'm gonna swear in Elvish.
Now the skin.
May I take a look? And I'm gonna start like feeling like your
Yes,
jacket.
I'll be distracted looking at him. What did you just say? I will also say that in Elvish.
In Elvish.
I'm trying
I
to
told
like
you I spent
guess
some
his
time
like
there.
his shoulder size.
Since you've learned some of the more degenerate things of my people.
It's the only thing I learned.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name?
Oh, I know his name. Oh, his name is Elder Mommy.
What a
Some kind of squid.
okay. Anyway,
Strange name. I know. Hey, what? He's Elder.
you have to tell me if you
It's a thing now.
if we go on another boat cruise, if you will, again, you have to show me your tail
Ooh, look at his ears.
because I've been
It
looking
would
for some vine
be
threads.
it would be quite a long trip, but it is definitely worth it.
It looks like, and I'm like thinking in my mind what I would look like with a sweet elvish getup
You'd be
on.
looking fine.
This is a very confusing. Not.
I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna.
Not
What are you
robot.
wearing?
A cloak.
I like this.
Don't
This is
touch my clothes.
Nice. This is nice.
So
Looks good.
I'm gonna look
Thank
around
you.
at everybody.
You know, I take it back. I'm not confused
I like
anymore.
it. It's very sleek. It's simple.
It's a job
Utilitarian.
done.
Exactly.
It's a job.
I can appreciate that. Maybe not as fancy as I would like, but
I'm
it's
gonna
nice.
I'm gonna look around at everybody and be like,
So where are you guys going next?
That's a great question. 'Cause I don't know.
I'm looking for something.
See, I just
I'm
came
looking
on the
for
boat.
someone.
Ooh.
Someone.
Sounds mysterious.
I just
You don't
came
have a
on the
name,
boat
do you?
and
No names.
I got no plans.
No names.
Just a
Well.
craft.
Since we're telling our whole life stories,
Uh,
everybody strap in.
Oh no.
Bartender.
Just kidding.
Bartender.
Just kidding, everybody.
You said you didn't want to talk about the past.
That's why I say just kidding. It's a joke.
Just a prank.
Very
bro.
You made it very sad before,
Very funny.
so it doesn't sound like a joke.
Well, it's just kind of like personal. It's not really like.
So it's not a joke.
Well, this is a joke, and well,
I don't get it.
okay, well, I'm looking to make some money. I'm an adventurer by trade, so I don't know.
So,
It's a little late, but
I want to hear more
Yeah.
about the people and the things.
wait,
Now look
so
at you
you're
guys.
you're Elder Mommy,
Eladamri.
Elderami.
Somebody's gonna say Eldorado
Ellis.
next.
The name is Cayde, and I'll stand up and I'll like do a little bow.
I know a Cayde.
Do you?
Is it the same one? I hope not.
I
That
don't
would be
think
really
so.
unfortunate.
I don't think so.
I can't believe I
He
didn't meet
wants
any of
to
you
kill
guys.
me,
There were
so-
so many people on the
That's
boat,
true. Does he look like me?
No.
Then I'm not him.
Well, I mean,
and
I look like you now.
I'm gonna look at Nate's character, and you're short. What's your name?
So rude.
He introduced
So
himself.
rude.
I have a very short memory.
my character's just gonna blink, like the blinking meme. Everything aside, my name is Nipsy Haffington, and you're
Misty.
Misty. Missy. Okay.
Misty.
Okay, Missy.
Yep. No, Misty.
Missy.
Misty.
So
Oh,
what you looking for?
Misty. Okay.
I don't know, Yudge.
Oh, I get it. You're making
I have
fun of
to-
my list.
No.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I don't know how that
No.
works.
I just misheard you.
I'm just
Okay.
I would never do
following
anything like that to offend
some
you.
things that may lead to other things and hoping that things become big things, you know?
So
No.
what's going on here?
But that's
What are
fine.
you doing?
What are we doing?
Looking for clothes?
I mean, essentially, yeah. Right now.
You know that there's tailors, right? You could just go to a tailor. You don't have to take a boat trip across the ocean.
But I'm trying to experience all of the different cultures and their clothing.
There's a
see-
lot. There's a lot of clothing over on the other continent.
Yeah, and there's more here.
Did you experience all the clothing on the other continent? Obviously not, because
No.
you haven't seen his.
No.
Ellis.
This was the.
Did they? Oh, maybe you don't know this, but I heard there might be some type of rarities located on a boat. Something that came into port a few days ago.
I am very interested in that boat.
I am also very interested in that boat.
Is your
And
job
he
on the
mentioned something about fine clothing, so he might also be interested.
It's true. There
Is there
could be
fine
some.
clothing on this boat?
I'm not sure, but there's supposed to be a lot of nice stuff, like expensive stuff.
Now, I'm not saying
boat? Is this another job?
There,
we
well,
could look at it like that.
The tavern guy, was it Gaff?
Oh, he didn't say
Gaff?
it.
Gaff. Gaff was saying.
Jeff?
Gaff? Grimmore? What? Gaff was saying that he's talking to the mayor about putting a team together to unload the boat. So maybe we should go talk to the mayor to get on that team.
Is that the right way to do it?
Or we could just go break into the boat.
That sounds very illegal.
Well, I
It's not
mean,
the only illegal
But
thing.
calamari, think of the clothing. Think of what we could find there.
hey,
I'm gonna-
that's not his name.
Oh, my sincere.
I'm gonna put my hand up to you. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Forget the name. It's fine.
Well,
I think we should wait for the word from the people.
It's not the first time I've broken the law.
Got a bad boy over here.
Breaking the law doesn't. I don't know if I can break the law. Why don't we just do this?
What is it that you like?
I like exploration.
So if there was a place that, had a lot of cool stuff in it, would you want to go to it?
Like a boat.
with a lot of nice stuff.
You don't sound very good yourself right now.
Very lawful.
You don't sound very lawful yourself. Okay. Just making sure we're on the same
I'm
page.
just saying, maybe we wait until this mayor puts something out and perhaps a few things go missing to, you know, help us with our adventure. Well, we see. I say us, I mean me. I like nice stuff.
Most gnomes do.
I think we should wait.
I think
Personally.
we're not doing anything tonight. I'm not
I-
doing anything tonight.
I might be.
You can go do whatever you want.
Well, I mean,
You can all go do whatever you want. I'm not doing
the
anything.
night is young, friends.
What time is it?
So, as you look outside, there are windows in this building. You'll notice it's still dusk.
It's a nice
You came in early evening. It's starting to get a little dark outside, but you can still see.
Can we see the water from here?
From where you are, no. You will know the layout of the town generally.
Okay.
So you're at what would be the northern gate area. If we're going to separate the town into north, south, east, west. The port is on the east side of the town. You are towards the northern end, and you're up against the road. So it's a very block-like
Okay.
city. There's a town square with roads that kind of intersect in a plus, and you're on the road going north. So you can't really see the sea from here, but you know where it is generally. That's where you spent most of the day today. But if we're going to give a time to it, generally probably around 6 p.m.
What time did the guy say that they might have word on the unloading the boat?
He just said he put a offer in, right? He didn't say.
Is he the dockmaster or is he just the
No, the Geth.
representative?
The tavern owner.
Why would he?
Because he wants stuff off the boat.
Oh, so there are other people we could talk to
So he said he
expedite
put
the
in.
process.
I just want to make sure we got this right. He said he put in like a request to the mayor.
So what he told you is that him and some of the other people who are expecting supplies off of that previous ship have been putting requests into the mayor for the town to fund the unloading of these supplies because they had already paid for it to be done and the crew is not doing it.
You know what we should do? Tomorrow we should go to the dock master because he's probably the one that all this is going through, and we should tell him that we have a small team together that's ready to do the job. That might help move things along.
But it's the mayor that's gonna pay for it.
Yeah, but we can't just go
As long as
knock on
I'm
the mayor's
included.
door.
I'm
Why
down.
not?
I guess it truly depends on what your guys' goals
Why?
are.
Why can't I go knock on the mayor's door?
Just seems like a bad idea.
Why?
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Worst thing that happens is she says, "Go away." All right.
I could
Go away.
I could be
That's
very, very persuasive at times. So
Okay. You said that a few times. What do you mean by that?
Is this like a?
I just mean I could be very persuasive.
How so? I don't feel persuaded.
I think you'll find out.
Persuade me that
I'm
you are
getting
persuasive.
I'm getting uncomfortable. Don't look at this.
Me too.
Why don't you simmer down over there? Let's all calm down. No persuading needed.
I have a sword. I have a shield.
You want to attack the mayor?
No, you got me all wrong.
This guy wants to attack them.
No.
Is that,
I'm just saying if
is
she
that
doesn't
okay?
happen, if she doesn't happen to have any guards, then
You are going to attack her.
You're starting to sound like a
No.
liability.
This,
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna slowly move away from him a little bit. Just like,
Okay, so if we need persuading,
I'm stable. Don't talk to me like that.
if we need persuading, we have Nipsey.
Mhm.
However,
I'm pretty persuasive.
I don't think we need to persuade. Okay?
I'm gonna talk to the dockmaster tomorrow,
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
talk to
and
saying.
you can
mayor.
talk to the mayor. It's a great idea. Tomorrow
I
we
just
talk to some people, try and get this moved along, and then we unload that boat
I
and
wish-
see what's there.
And if you guys talk to the barkeep, there's rooms. We can go get it. They might be filling up though.
I'm not paying for no damn room. You
Why
hear
not?
me?
you're right.
If he points
True.
when he points at me, I'm
Or-
going to stand up and I'm going to be like, I think that's my cue to leave.
Or we could all just crash in my room. I already bought one.
I think that's my cue to leave.
Oh, look at the time.
I'm gonna
Seems to be getting quite late.
I'm gonna try gonna try to grab his shoulder as he's going to stand up.
Are you just hanging off my back?
Sure.
Sure.
What is this? Eladamri, listen. Just take a seat and have a few beers and just relax, all right?
He's our ticket out of here.
Excuse me?
He's got a lot of money.
I'm gonna hold my pouch a little with one hand.
Hey, your pouch is
I'm gonna pat him
safe
on the
with
back,
me.
say,
That sounds.
Thanks for the drink. See you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna walk out.
I'm gonna make sure to watch him as he's walking around me, holding my pouch, in case he doesn't miss this time.
I think he likes
I don't need your money.
You know what?
I'm gonna look at my clothes and look at your cloak.
Ellis.
Blood doesn't come out of those ones too
I
well.
see what's going on.
Ellis.
All right.
Okay, it's
So,
a little edgy.
With that, you guys are going your separate ways for the night, it seems.
You're lucky.
So, I think we're going to call it there for the night. We started off with quite a few technical difficulties, which ate into the time quite a bit, which I do apologize for. But as far as the session 0 goes, all of our adventurers have met each other. They are currently making plans to do
Best
something
of
in the
friends.
following day. We will end the session at this tavern as you guys are all preparing to leave.
So
And that's where we'll call it a day.